So right now, I'm at my father's house at the very top of Solaris Hill. So bring your oxygen because we're going to be a whopping 17 feet above sea level. So I was born 45 years ago, just a couple of blocks from here. And in case we've never met before, my name's Solaris Gregory. I'm also a licensed real estate agent here at Expert Realty. I help people buy, sell, and invest in this wonderful town. And please like and subscribe because I make videos all about Key West, what it's like to live, work, and play here. And stay tuned for the rest of this video because it's got great information about the Key West neighborhoods. When you think about living in Key West, do you think about walking out your front door to all the food, the shops, listening to the live music? Or do you think about going out your backyard and jumping in your boat in the canal and heading out to the sandbar or reef? Now in this video, I'm going to talk about Key West's 7 different neighborhoods and the amenities that are close to there and the walkability to Duval Street or being able to jump on your boat and just go. The first neighborhood I'm going to be discussing is Old Town Key West. Now that's where I was born and raised. That's where I used to play in the streets and I used to walk to downtown and go to Five Brothers and get a Cuban sandwich. What's really cool about those houses is that a majority of them were made with Dade County pine, which is a very strong wood. They also have to have the historic look, and it's kept up through HARC, which is the Historic Commission. And the houses there, it's like going back in a time machine to view all those different houses, especially from the front. Now, when you're in Old Town, you have Duval Street right there. It's easily accessible by foot from wherever you are. And then in addition to that, at the end of Duval Street, on one end, you have Mallory Square, which is where they do the famous sunset celebration. And then on the other side of Duval Street, you have a beautiful beach there called South Beach. And there's a wonderful restaurant there as well. You also have easy access to Fort Zachary Taylor. Now in Old Town, if you want to go to a grocery store, there's Fausto's Food Palace, which is a wonderful place. They have all kinds of fresh vegetables and fresh seafood that you can buy there to cook yourself. They also have some food that's prepared. And in the past year, the price range for houses that have sold in that area have been around $600,000 to $9 million. And you also have about $1,400 a square foot. The next neighborhood that I'm going to be discussing is Bahama Village, and they get that name from the Bahamians settled there in the early 1800s. They brought a lot of their culture and lifestyle. Bahama Village is also in the historic district, and there's wonderful restaurants. My favorite in that area is Santiago's Bodega, and it's a tapas restaurant. And then all along that strip on Petronia Street, there's great restaurants and art galleries. In the past year, the range for houses being sold there, you're looking at about $500,000 to $3.5 million, and then $1,300 a square foot. The next neighborhood that I'm going to be discussing is the Truman Annex. Now, the Truman Annex is a luxury neighborhood. It is a gated community. They have an HOA there, and they keep the Truman Annex pristine. It's a very tranquil environment, and you are literally 2 blocks away from Duval Street. The Truman Annex also has security there, and they also kept up with that historic look of Old Town Key West. In the Truman Annex, they have a mix of condos, townhouses, and a lot of big, beautiful single-family homes. In the past year, the Truman Annex has had properties that have sold that have been about from $1.2 million to almost $6 million. And then the average price per square foot is about $1,700. The next neighborhood that I'm going to be discussing is the Casa Marina. The Casa Marina neighborhood is my favorite neighborhood because the houses are very big and unique. A lot of them have beautiful lawns, but you're also a few blocks away from Duval Street. But then you're 2 blocks away from the Higgs Beach and then White Street Pier. And there's also a great restaurant there called Salute. And then you got tennis courts and basketball courts in that area. And then you're very close to Louie's Backyard. Next door is Dog Beach, which is where I take my puppy. Louie's Backyard is also one of my favorite restaurants. And they have great fish tacos there. And the menu there is just incredible. Types of homes that you'll find in the Casa Marina area are going to be modern luxury, Spanish Revival, and then also Old Town Key West homes. A lot of that area is also in the historic district. The neighborhood there is a very quiet and also tranquil area, and it's nice being so close to all the hustle and bustle, but also being far enough away from it where you're not going to get any kind of noise. The next neighborhood that I'm going to be discussing is the Meadows. The Meadows is a very small little area. You're You have the old town look, but you're a little bit more centrally located to all of the big shopping where Publix is and Home Depot. But you're right on the edge of Garrison Bight Marina, which I love because that's where I put my boat in, and there are some great restaurants right along there. You're a quick bike ride distance from Duval Street. The Meadows is a very peaceful neighborhood. You don't have a lot of traffic going through there, and you have the accessibility to all of Key West amenities very quickly, bike ride or car. Even some of it will be walking distance. It's a very family-friendly neighborhood. It's very peaceful, and you don't have a lot of traffic going through there, but you are a little bit centrally located, so you can access schools, grocery store, or any of Key West amenities. The prices that have sold in the Meadows has been from $875,000 to $3.5 million last year at $1,200 a square foot. The next neighborhood that I'll be discussing is the neighborhood I currently live in, which is Midtown Key West. Now you get a little bit more house and yard for less money, and this is what I wanted for my family because now I have a daughter and a puppy, and they love to run around the yard. When I grew up in Key West, the house that I grew up in was very tight. I didn't have much of a backyard, and everyone was super close together. This is a little more quiet, and then also I'm 5 minutes away from my daughter's school, which is 8 blocks away. I'm 5 minutes away from Publix, and then I'm 7 minutes away from downtown. Also, what's great about being in Midtown Key West is that I'm 3 minutes away from Smathers Beach, which they imported the sand from the Bahamas, so the sand on that beach is just immaculately white and beautiful. And then there's also great swimming in that area at Higgs Beach. The homes that have sold in Midtown Key West from last year have been about $575,000 to $3.5 million, $1,100 a square foot. The next neighborhood that I'm going to be discussing is Newtown Key West. Now, Newtown, you have Publix right there, you have the airport, you have Home Depot. There's a lot of good restaurants that are also in that area. I go to Goldman's all the time. And then you're about 10 minutes away from Duval Street, and then you're about 5 minutes away from Smathers Beach. Newtown is a very family-oriented neighborhood as well. You don't have a lot of scooters or comp trains going through there. When you're in Newtown, you get a much bigger house for a lot less money, even more so than where I live in Midtown. Now, how it works is the closer you get to Duval Street, it seems like the more expensive the houses get. But in Newtown, you're a little bit further away, and then you have the commercial hub of Key West there where you have the major stores. If you do want to keep your boat in the water behind your house, the two areas that you have are the Riviera Canal and the Hilton Haven area. What's great about living in Newtown is that you're close to the botanical gardens, and then Stock Island has a lot of great restaurants. I go to Hogfish all the time, Chico's Cantina, and there is all sorts of, if you don't have a pool, you have a lot of hotels that are local friendly pools that you can just go there and enjoy the pools, and they have great restaurants there. Sheridan Inn has some of the best Key West fish tacos that I've had. So as far as Newtown goes, you have a little bit more of a modern suburban feel, and then you have, last year the price ranges were about $500,000 to $3.5 million. Average price per square foot was $800,000. At the end of the day, Key West is such a unique island. It's only 2 miles by 4 miles, but each neighborhood is very different. It has its pros and cons. Please make a comment below if you liked the video. Also, if you're thinking about making a move to Key West, my contact information is below, along with my calendar. So please reach out also if you have any questions about Key West, and just enjoy that island life.